It's week 2 of the NFL, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Saints and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
We've been here so many times, and you still stand in awe at the size of this place. We're at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to Arlington, Texas. Thank you all for joining us here in week number 2. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we got a great one this week, partner. One of the only games league-wide featuring 2 teams who both won their openers.
Yeah, it's been mission accomplished so far, each off to the start that they envisioned as the season began. And while it's only week 2, whoever can come out of this one with a win and jump to 2-0 has everybody in their division looking up at them.
Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
Were not for some guy named Lamar Jackson up there in Baltimore, I think Dak Prescott would have won MVP last year. Had his best season statistically. Total control of that Cowboy offense. Over 4,500 yards. And remember, he led in touchdown passes with 36. But we know what it's all about in Dallas. It's not what you do in the beginning, it's how it finishes. And can you take those steps in the playoffs?
Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, here's Dak. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Another throw for Prescott. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them. Go put a score on the board.
And he's up to the 7-yard line as he gets hauled down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing on 2nd and 6. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. All right, set now, 1st and 10. And off headed right, Kamara. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second down now, 7 to go. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Now motion him out of the backfield. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Throw complete to Lamb. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Second drive coming up for the Saints offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Throwing now off play action. Completes this one to Hill. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it's 2nd down coming up. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Throw caught at the 6. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Blake Grupe to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Dak now from the gun. This is complete, Jalen Tolbert. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun is Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Hand off to the back. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Now Dak to throw. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This 32 yards out on the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
So he makes up for his earlier miss in the game. He knocks that one right through. And it's important for him to move past that early miss, Kate, because you never know if he's going to be needed for a big moment when we get to the 4th.
Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down by Deron Bland. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Another run for Kamara. And they had that one contained right at the line. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll try and throw it here. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Back to throw. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Running right, it's Kamara. He's contained at the line for no gain. Brought down by Deron Bland. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. He'll throw it. That's caught by Chris Olave. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. This is complete to Olave. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Now a run with Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Mickey kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Kickoff taken at the 13. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Dak out of the pistol. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Prescott here from the gun. Throw left side, complete. And he goes down a little short of the 40.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other to give him a chance to make a play.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They've got a man in motion. Prescott now on 3rd down. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He brings it in. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. It's 2nd and goal. Dak throwing again. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys tie things 10-10. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third and long for him here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
They'll bring out the punter here. Cavante Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Cowboys and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. First down, here's Dak. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. Now here's Prescott. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And this stays tied here in the second.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Saints come marching onto the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They put a receiver in motion right. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to throw. That's complete to Kamara. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Saints driving ahead. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Completes this one to Hill. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Looking to the air here. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. So the Saints send out Blake Grupe for the try. This from 30 yards out. Mickey kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 14. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Cowboys about set to take over. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Fires right away, but incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Dak now from the gun. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Connects with Johnson. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 42. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Reed now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. Throwing on first is Prescott. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Airing it out to start this drive. Olave with the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw now. This one falls incomplete.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Punting unit out now. Back deep, it's Kevontae Turpin. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He's got this at the 27. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And they're going to take over possession. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. First and 10, Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Prescott here from the gun. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play call.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Brian Anger on now to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Eward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. They give to Kamara, left side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Completed to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. 2nd down now, 7 to go. A handoff for Williams, running left. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Prescott to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, Instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. First down, here's Dak. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Flush down now, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Throw complete to Lamb. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that. I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Shaheed now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Saints ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Back to throw on first and 10. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
That's going to be caught by Cooks. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're left with 4th and short. Their punter making his way out now. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Behind the line for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Straight ahead with Williams. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Here comes the Saints offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Running back sent in motion. Throwing it to start this drive. Gets this one to Shaheed. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's a throw. Taken in by Shaheed. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Pass play on 1st and 10. This finds Cooks, complete. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Still sticking with the passing game. Throwing the out route complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Throwing it again here. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. This finds Moreau. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. So that field goal gonna have to wait a little bit longer. That's the end of our third quarter. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. Here's an important kick now for Blake Grupe. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Nicotomney's kick is good. And that'll push it to digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Turpin with a return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's brought down for a loss.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
Prescott now on 3rd down. It's caught, Ferguson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Dak now from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The New Orleans offense set to go now. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
And that will not be enough for a 1st down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll throw it. Got his target. It's Hill. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big. They can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll run with Kamara. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Pass play now. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They've got first down from the 31. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the 37. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Working from the pistol, Prescott. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Desperation time here on fourth. He finds him beyond the marker. That'll be a 20-yard hit on fourth down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Dak throwing again. Ferguson there to bring it in. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Another throw for Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up fourth and short. They'll run for this. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a fourth down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Their offense ready to take the field now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Running left, this is Kamara. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff headed right, it's Akers. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Running behind center with Kamara. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. That play gains 6. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. This offense making its way back out now. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you gotta wonder if they're gonna be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. 1st down, here's Dak. He's on the move. He's gonna keep it this time. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun is Prescott. He has the first over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Throwing again is Dak. He completes it in traffic. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Counter give to Kamara. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Give on 2nd to Kamara. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
So this a win on the road for the Saints. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Dallas.